Lexington is experiencing an explosion in food trucks, mobile food vendors who are serving up a variety of food, everything from Cajun to lobster rolls to gourmet mac and cheese. But with that mobile menu of food comes challenges on how to keep it regulated and inspected. Tonight we join health inspectors as they make sure what you're eating is safe.
Hello. How you doing?
Meet Nathan Powell with the Fayette County Health Department, one of 12 environmental health specialists. In the last year or two, the food truck craze has made their job much more demanding and busy.
5 years ago in Lexington, I was inspecting probably maybe 1 to 2 a week. Now with the food trucks, temporary concessions, we have had to adopt a different system to where we have 2 inspectors inspecting up to 40 units a week.
Thank you. Enjoy your day.
Welcome to America's new dining table, where your meal and drink is prepared right in front of you outside, with a variety of menu options has them standing in line at this recent Food Truck Friday event.
It's awesome. It's a great variety. I mean, you can get pretty much anything you want here, from pulled pork to, I've got a Thai noodle bowl here with some super hot sauce. It all looks fantastic.
It's fun. It's fun to get out here in the sun and run into people that you haven't seen and eat new foods that you haven't tried.
Basically, we're here to make sure nobody gets sick.
Clipboard and inspection sheet in hand, Powell and another health department inspector make their way through the crowd and visit each food truck. The inspection includes making sure each cooler and refrigerator has a temperature gauge and is cold enough.
To make sure that the product is staying correct temperatures.
They dip test strips into the wash and rinse water to confirm it's properly sanitized.
Eating areas will be bacteria free.
Use a meat thermometer on frozen chicken and watch to see that gloves are used in handling food. While we are taping, Hal notices a food worker is missing something important.
One small deduction we did have to give him was for not having a beard restraint. You start to have these beards that are in fashion these days, you want to make sure that you have a restraint around the beard.
The inspectors can close down a food truck if they find major violations. They do not issue fines, but say it's not uncommon to close a food truck or temporary food service operation until the issues are fixed.
If we find any issues with rodents, insects, pests, we will definitely shut them down on the spot.
But it has to be major.
Well, it has to be major enough to endanger the public's health. That's what we're looking for.
So you have shut some down?
Yes, sir.
All the food trucks at this event passed, including Sweet Lily's frozen yogurt, owned by Chris McFarlane and his wife. He proudly posts his inspection report with a perfect score. But oddly enough, regulations do not require food trucks to post their inspection results, unlike restaurants, which must post them where customers can see them. I asked, why not food trucks? The supervisor of the health inspectors says statewide mobile food trucks operate all over Kentucky. It was deemed unfair for us to require them to post their last inspection reports if these inspections may have occurred in other counties.
We really don't have enough staff to be able to cover everything and do our daily job.
They also inspect everything from swimming pools to hotels and mobile home parks to sewage complaints and mold problems. Can you say you were able to track every single food truck in Fayette County today and know where they are? With 100% confidence?
With 100% confidence, I would say not exactly.
If the food truck craze continues to grow, the health department may be forced to hire more inspectors. Right now, trucks with running water and electricity are each getting inspected an average of once a month, and small, more temporary food vendors even more than that.
I think it's important that the health department's keeping up with the food trucks and making sure that we're all abiding by the rules, and that we love seeing them, because when they put a score on the wall of 100, it tells people that we've done for them what they expect us to do, and that's give them good clean food.
Now, right now, the Fayette County Health Department does not have inspection results online for food trucks. But if you want to know how a food vendor did on their last inspection, call the health department. Here's the number, 231-9791 during business hours.